Welcome back. So we're here to review the Challenge All Stars episode 7.
7.
Yes, episode 7. So with this episode, we're coming back from elimination. Katie and Latarian have been eliminated. So when we get back in the house, Mark is on top of the world because he has won. And who was his part? And Kendall. Kendall's a beast. I like Kendall this season.
Yeah.
I don't remember her from the season she was on. Don't really remember her, but I like her this season because even though she is like kind of a loner away from everyone else, she's still getting it done. She ain't worried about them, and she is winning.
Yeah, I do agree. Kendall has been like undercover, not even undercover, but she's been doing the damn thing. Jimmy gave her 10s and was like, for you not to have a political game, you've been killing it. You literally, go down there, do what you got to do, and you come back. And yeah, they just been, I don't know, I think it was personal for Kendall because they did not give her a break at all.
Yeah, she's been playing this game basically by herself. So ain't nobody carry her, ain't no alliances carried her. But yeah, so Mark mentions, Kendall is, she is doing amazing and he ready to squash his beef with Kendall. They ain't got no more beef, even though on her end there wasn't no beef.
Yeah. I think even on his end, he was like, he didn't have like his beef was unjustified. He didn't have a reason to dislike her.
Yeah.
Like he just didn't know her, and that's all.
Yeah, he didn't know her. So now he's like, it's over, we cool from here on out because she won. So yeah. Okay, so Derek mentions he is ready to win his first individual challenge, and I didn't realize Derek had never won a challenge like by himself, because Derek is somebody I consider like an OG vet, a champion, and I still will take into account I still consider his team wins because so then Nehemiah saying like he's feeling really safe in the game. He's feeling very confident. Derek has some type of like tension with Nehemiah that they kind of show on this episode, but before this I didn't really pick up on it at all.
Me neither. Everybody seemed like they was all kumbaya.
Yesella and Anissa are hanging out, and we get to see how close they really are. Yesella says Anissa, hangs out with her family, has met her kids. I think that's what she said. And like they're close outside of this. And so, so that's one of the friendships. We knew already that they were close a little bit, but this just they kind of staple it in a little more, stamp it in a little more that these two are together, alliance, or whatever you want to call it. We get to the daily challenge. The daily challenge this week is called, let me make sure. The daily challenge this week is called Rib Cage Pass. And as soon as they get to the daily challenge, TJ is not there, but then he rolls up in action movie style on top of a semi truck. The semi truck has like ledges, pegs sticking out on both sides. And so that's how TJ gets in. And then once he comes down, he explains the game to them. They'll be competing as individuals this time, one-on-one.
They had to go across the platform from ledge to ledge and drop one of their balls into the net. And then whoever get the most in the fastest time before the rig stops, then they the winners.
Anissa and Yesella go first against each other. It was very underwhelming because neither one of them got too far and they did not score any goals. Anissa got further than Yesella, so it was 0-0 on that first round. Derek and Nehemiah are the second pair, and Derek and Nehemiah both are going pretty fast, doing pretty good. But overall, Nehemiah seemed to go faster than Derek, but Derek got fire in his butt at the last second, and he was able to score 3 baskets to Nehemiah's 2. And then we have Ruthie and Jimmy, which neither one of them scored anything either. So they both got 0, but they were able to go across. They were able to make it to the end. So they are not in last place with Yesella.
Right. And Ruthie got 1 ball, but she just ended up falling on her way back. Because apparently there was like this, between the last 2 pegs, there was like this jump. And she was like, going against the wind was easier, but when the wind's coming your way, it made it harder. And then I think that tripped up a lot of the players.
Next, we have Big Easy and Yes. Big Easy is doing really well. He talks again about how he's always underestimated. He don't got the abs like the rest of the guys, but he coming in here to compete, and he did pretty good. He got 2, and Yes got 2. So they still haven't beat Derek, but they were above average. And then we have Darrell and Alton, and everybody's joking about it because Darrell, as we know, is afraid of heights, and they are up in the air. I mean, they're not super high, but they're up in the air on top of a moving truck. So both of them end up scoring 2 as well, 2-2. Then we got Janae and Kellyanne go against each other. So Janae wasn't able to complete it, so she didn't get any. She scored 0. But Kellyanne did really well. She scored 1, and she was the only, at this point, she is the only woman that has scored any baskets.
Right. Which I'm not surprised as, because Kellyanne is a beast at this point.
Yeah. Kellyanne is really good. So last but not least, we have Mark and Kendall. So it's boy girl because there is no more girls. The girl to guy ratio is off, I guess.
Yeah.
So Mark and Kendall go. Mark is going super, super fast, and Derek is thinking he about to win. Mark comes and blows it out the water. He gets all 4 baskets, and he got time to sit on the top of the truck and wait for the whistle to blow.
I feel like they didn't show enough of Mark, like, because I'm not discounting, because he got 4 regardless of his speed or whatever. But I don't know, the way they was making it seem, maybe it was the edit, maybe I just wasn't like really paying attention, but the way he did it, I was just like, ain't no way he's going like this super fast. Like, he was just, I don't know, because Yes and Alton are both tall fellas too. I mean, granted, Yes fell or whatever. Even Big Easy is a tall guy, and they was all struggling like to get past.
Maybe if he had more arm strength, he able to. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Mark got the 4, and he is currently the male winner. And Kendall goes, but she is not able to beat Kellyanne's score of 1, so Kendall didn't get any. So at the end of the entire daily challenge, Mark is the male winner, and Kellyanne is the winner for the women. Yesella and Big Easy are considered the losers, or the losers for the challenge, because the way that I saw it on the after show or something, because I was thinking a whole bunch of people had 2. And Big Easy seemed to have done good, but it was between Big Easy and Alton for the bottom. And I think it just came to the speed of it and where they landed, even though they both had 2. When they get back to the house, Big Easy, Derek, they're all talking, and Derek, like I said, Derek got a thing against Nehemiah. Derek is like, Nehemiah walking around like he hot stuff, throw him in. And Big Easy says he wants Nehemiah too, because he doesn't really know Yes's like competition style. He don't want nobody unpredictable. He don't want Darrell. Darrell's a beast, and so he's like, give me Nehemiah. And Yesella, this is the part I didn't see. This is what I thought a season could change. Huh?
This is where the episode started to really go like left.
Yeah.
I was like, a lot of stuff was just, yeah.
So Yesella is in the room and talking to all the girls and like her people, Anissa, Jimmy, all of them, and she is telling them that she thinks that they should put in. She wants them to put in Yes or Darrell. Is that what she said?
Yeah, Yes or Darrell, because they didn't go to elimination yet. So you want like Darrell or Yes? And she was like, if that's the way the cookie crumbles, then that's what I want. So,
yeah. She said she wants those 2, but really, I think she just didn't want them to pick Alton.
Yeah, honestly.
Her excuse to say like, we should send in people who haven't gone yet. So let's send in Yes and Darrell. First of all, it's not your choice. Yeah. First of all, that's first off. Second, I'm just like, it don't directly affect you. You know what I mean? Like, What exactly are you talking? Like, it's not something that I know she's competing as well, but it's not like it's for your partner. It's not like it's for the girl.
Like, she was too busy worrying about the guys when she needed to be worrying about, regardless of who the guys would have been, who would they what female they would have put in. You're
Yeah, I
worried
was like, you
about
need to ask who are you guys gonna pick as the girl that's gonna go against me? She
and
was
tell
just
them who you want so you can try
yeah.
to get your best chance.
While they are discussing it, Jimmy's like, Jimmy's kind of like, we'll have to see. You know, we'll have to
Again,
see when we get there. You know, I'll say what I say when I say it.
yeah,
And she also Yesella
I
was just kind of
stand
like,
Jimmy.
yeah,
Jimmy
Yesella was like,
stand.
okay, well, good luck to you guys. Changed her tone because at first she was like, I don't think it's fair that people who haven't gone in, no, people who have gone in go in again. This is
Yeah.
not about being fair. That's
Exactly.
not what
You
this is
wasn't saying
about.
all that when y'all was voting in Kendall every other week. Well, every week, damn
Yeah,
near.
all of a sudden it's not about being fair. What do you mean? All of a
Like,
sudden,
didn't
okay.
you literally throw a vote to somebody just because they threw a vote to Anissa? Like,
Yeah, like I thought
when
it
have
was
you been
about being
playing
fair. Yeah,
fair?
so her argument does not hold up and it's irrelevant whether
Yeah.
it's fair or not.
Anissa was talking about how she felt like the guys was going to pick her and she was getting work. Then they played this montage of her losing all these.
Yeah,
Um, we'll get to that once we talked about Deliberation. But
yeah.
again, after this season, I do not want Anissa to come back
Well,
talking
she coming
about
back.
the
We already know
final.
she on 37.
Well, I'm saying like 37, I don't want to hear her talk about a final. I don't want to think about how she always losing it. Like, I don't want it. Anissa, listen to me. Let me get a little bit closer. Anissa, listen to me. Please don't bring up a final again after this season.
Yeah, Anissa tells the guys like, if whoever get picked, if y'all pick me, I'm not doing nothing. And frankly, I think that's a good strategy. I agree. I think that's the best way not to get picked. Say like, you want to stay here, but if you pick me, we both going home, baby. So don't pick me. So that's the best strategy you can say to have somebody not pick you. I agree with that strategy. I agree.
I still would have, like, if it was, I wouldn't, personally, I would have picked her. But just because she said that, I would have been like, you know what? Come on.
No,
Like,
you wouldn't have picked
you're
her.
not about to tell me what you're not about to do.
But she said she ain't gonna do it. So then you won't go home because you want to call her bluff? No, no, no. I wouldn't go home and
Because if you want to talk big about that, you're not gonna do nothing. You know, when you come down here, you're gonna do this. So,
no.
Anissa, bring
I'm
your ass down
resigned
here
to
and
go
talk
home now. I would have did. I mean, I don't know if I would have did the same thing, but I understand. I agree with the strategy if it was a
I'm calling the
strategy.
bluff.
But so then after that, they all go to elimination, not elimination. They all go to deliberation, and at deliberation, really, it is only between really Nehemiah and Yes. It seems to be like those are the two top contenders, and it, you know, the house or like the people that they show most on camera seem to be more on Nehemiah's side. So, you know, we assume that Yes might be going in. But Yes, right before, you know, everybody starts voting for real, Yes gives his speech and he basically says, you know, I'm trying to form genuine alliances and I'm here to win. And he gives her like a really, I think, a good moving speech. And you could tell in the background, Anissa put her head down because she had her mind made up, but Yes does kind of pull on her heartstrings because he's like, I wake up and I make coffee with you and I do this with you. We hang out. So those are the type of things that I consider forming a bond together, not some pre-made stuff from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Also, the voting, again, this is why burden votes are very crucial. Well,
yeah,
not burden votes are very crucial in the way ordering, I don't know, the way voted, I feel like if they would have thought a little bit better how they voted, they could have had Yes in there,
they could have.
but they were throwing votes every which way.
I
So
think they just didn't know if Yes would come back, so they didn't want to. Some
yeah,
people didn't want to do that. So Nehemiah says Yes name. Yes says Nehemiah name as like a, you know, you said me, I say you.
yeah.
And Jimmy says Derek's name for no reason.
Well, she said basically, which I agree with. She said, I don't care what Hasela said. Game is voting Derek because he's strong. And if I want to win, I need him out.
I agree with what she said. I don't care. Yeah, like she said, I don't care what you sell it want. I don't care what y'all want. I'm doing what I want.
Yeah.
But what she want, also that vote didn't matter because you know when
Yeah.
nobody else voting Derek. So why even do that? That's not for you voting Derek. It's not gonna
Burn the
get Derek
vote.
out.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna. You're the only vote on him.
Oh no, I think Johnny voted for Derek too.
No, I think John Hay voted for Nehemiah. I mean, I don't know.
Johnny voted for Derek. Anissa, Derek, Ruthie, and Kendall all voted for Nehemiah.
Yeah. So overall, at the end, Nehemiah ends up being the one that gets voted in to the elimination. Anissa was one of the like deciding votes to put him in, even though her like people, her alliance people all wanted her to vote yes. She voted Nehemiah because she didn't feel right about putting yes in. And I get why she did it. And I understand. I understand. And then when we come back to the house and they go out or wherever, you know, they little party that they do every episode, we learn that Isela is upset with Anissa. And I think her level of upset is a little bit unreasonable. Again, this was the male competitor. Why do you think yes?
And Alton was there too, so it's like it just felt weird. Like, yeah, she was mad, but it was like, why? I don't recall her and Nehemiah ever being in an alliance.
But I guess her and Nehemiah are in an alliance because Jimmy and Nehemiah are in an alliance, and Jimmy is part. It's a group, so it was Latarian, Anissa, Yesella, Alton, Jimmy, Nehemiah, and whoever else fell within that group. So I think that's what it was. But your guy is safe, or who I think you trying to protect, and the woman, because generally you would think in elimination it'll be the woman against woman, man against man, and you need to just worry about the woman in front of you. She didn't really. It was just weird to me how upset she was about Anissa doing that.
It ended the friendship and was like, I'm very cut and dry type of friend.
This is a game, and this is not the reason you break up your friendship for this. For what? That don't make sense.
They didn't vote your way. Like, I don't know.
You know what?
Because they didn't vote your way, you decide to
didn't vote your way on something that wasn't even your decision.
But I guess it was more so the principle of it, because she felt that, well, apparently the whole house felt Anissa tends to hide behind friendships, or like she's like a chameleon where she says one thing and then does another. And, you know, Anissa even admitted that she does it. She's like,
I can agree with it. Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't agree with it in this instance, but generally I do think she does that while they're out drinking and doing whatever they're doing. You know, Big Easy and the whole group are talking, and you know, Nehemiah basically, after that I was like, goodbye. He acted like Big Easy is nothing, and he's like, you think I'm scared of you? That's a joke. And I was like, that's a joke? Who are you? You've been gone for 10 years too.
Yeah, I understand that, but then again, it's like
even if he knows that, you don't say that to make it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I personally wouldn't have said it out loud, but I definitely would have probably thought the same thing. Like, come on, Big Easy, come on, bro. Like,
even if it's strategy, like, no, sorry, even for like strategy terms, you do not speak things like that out loud. Like, oh, you're a joke. That's a joke that you would beat me. If it's a joke, when I beat you, are you the joke? Like, I'm confused. And like Big Easy said, I beat you before. You're confused. You're the one who has never beaten me. So Big Easy, he gassed out. He bigger than them. But Nehemiah, you have never beat that big dude. So I don't understand. I was annoyed. I was like, okay, I guess I'm rooting for Big Easy now.
I still wasn't rooting for Big Easy, but I understand.
Underdog, which is why most of the people that are my favorites are the underdog, which is why I like Wes so much, because back in the day, it was Wes versus like Kenny and Evan and all of them.
Wes ever an underdog?
Wes used to be, he was not physically like, as far as like being like not strong, but as far as in the game alliances, none of them guys was effing with him. Kenny, Evan, they all hated him. Wes had to play by himself a lot of the time, and so I was like,
this is Wes' fault though. But we're not even gonna get into that.
I like the underdog, and CT was never an underdog, but I just like CT. But what was I saying? Yeah, so after Nehemiah was rude and acting like he was so much better than Big Easy, I was, you know, I was over him. And so, okay, so after that, we're going to elimination. When we get to elimination, we see two wall platforms on both sides of the arena. And we see a pole in the middle of the arena, two poles in the middle of the arena with chain links around them. And the walls have pegs coming out of the walls. I don't think we've ever seen this elimination that I can remember. Have we ever seen this before?
No.
TJ calls down Yesella and Big Easy. Then he calls down Nehemiah. And so Nehemiah has to pick what girl he wants to come down to the arena with him. Like per usual, all the girls are trying not to look at him. And, Anissa basically is praying because she wants to make it to this final, because at this point, this is the last arena. He looks at Kendall and he picks Kendall. And I felt just like, oh my goodness, because Kendall has been in the arena, 3 times? And just like Yes said, for you guys to be talking about you don't want people to go in, it's already been in. Why would you pick Kendall? But his reason for picking Kendall is because, Kendall is the strongest woman from what we have seen. And he can't pick Kellyanne because he probably maybe would have picked Kellyanne if he could. But he picks her because she is the strongest. She has won several eliminations. She's won daily challenges and she's come back and everything. So that's why he picks Kendall. So we got our teams, Yesella versus Big Easy and Nehemiah, not Yesella versus Yesella and Big Easy and Nehemiah and Kendall. The name of this elimination is called Ring Clean. And so basically the way it's going to work is that the poles in the middle of the arena have, what are those called?
They have 10 rings connected to each other by like a chain.
Yeah.
Well, basically what they have to do is they will race when TJ blow the horn to the middle of the pole, unhook all 10 rings off the pole, and then assemble this peg wall with the chains and the rings to make a ladder, and then ring the bell.
Yeah. So whoever assembles the ladder, the makeshift ladder with the chain link, and is able to get to the top and ring the bell wins. Loser goes home. So as they start, the men put the women on their shoulders so that they can grab the bundle of rings and chain and push them up to the top, and they can get them off of the pole. So Yesella's on Big Easy's shoulder and Kendall's on Nehemiah's shoulder. So they get the rings off of the poles kind of at the same time, just about the same time, but it looked like Big Easy moved before Yesella was all the way on the ground. And so Yesella falls off of Big Easy's shoulders onto the ground. So Nehemiah and Kendall are headed for their wall to start their ladder. And Big Easy, he don't stop. He looked back. I don't even think he said, "Are you all right?"
He definitely did it.
I don't think he even said, "Are you all right?" Because
I need to finish just by myself.
He's like, we'll talk about it once we finish it. So Big Easy runs to, get started on this wall. Yesella is on the ground in pain. You can tell she's in pain because she's not standing up. She's just like, kind of like, she sits up on her like knees. And I think she maybe popped her knee or her ankle. I'm not sure.
Yeah, popped her ankle or something. She literally crawled to Easy.
Yeah, she crawled to Easy and she said she's going to finish it. Big Easy was he was doing his thing because he didn't let Yesella fall and stop him. He didn't even care. So Nehemiah and Kendall are trying to form more of a traditional ladder, like zigzag, 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 like that. But
stupid. I don't know why. When I saw it, I thought automatically straight. What Big Easy was doing. I don't know why they tried to, because you're gonna have that tension and you're not gonna be able to move. But then based off what it looks like they started like this, they ended up going like this, which is I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it looked better. It was more like visually appealing.
Yeah.
But the name of the game is to make a ladder to get to the top. It don't matter how you get to the top as long as you get there. And so Big Easy had like the most like raggedy looking ladder, but he was gaining ground, like he was ahead. And so at not the last second, but Big Easy gets to the top of that ladder. He starts climbing it and it doesn't fall down. It's steady and he rings the bell and Big Easy and Yesella win, and Kendall and Nehemiah are eliminated. Mostly, I am sad for Kendall because she worked hard this whole season, and for her to be taken out for this is just annoying with that partner twist. I want to see it, but I don't want to. I want to see the twist, but I don't want to see it happen to Kendall because she did so much. I think it should be you've been in elimination 3 times, you don't have to go in again. I think that should be a rule.
The lifesaver would have definitely came in handy around this time.
It would have what?
The lifesaver would have came in handy.
No, because Mark wouldn't have picked her, even though he ain't got no beef with her. He wouldn't have saved her.
He would have probably saved her after this one. Like, come on now. She went 2 back-to-back, and he just helped her get into the final. Like, if they didn't win the elimination, he would have been gone. So,
well, you know what?
He better get a break.
I don't know. You think Mark would have picked her?
I think he would have.
I mean, I would have picked. Yeah, I would say
kind of.
Anybody should have picked her because she has done the most.
Yeah.
Like as far as just like proving herself, everybody should pick her to not go into that elimination. It happened the way it happened, and Kendall is eliminated along with Nehemiah, and Big Easy and Yesella staying.
Why do we have 12 people in this final?
It's so many. I told you, I think it's gonna be like a perk.
I said, like I said, it looks like they're gonna have partners each checkpoint. Somebody get knocked.
They're gonna do Invasion of the Champions final where each person switch partners each time, which is good and bad because
partners. I think they're gonna have the same partner pretty much all the way through, and each checkpoint. I think so. I think
they're gonna have the same partner through to each checkpoint, but I think at each checkpoint they're gonna switch partners.
It don't make no sense for them to do that because they're gonna have different times depending. Because one, based off the preview, Alton gassing out and somebody's carrying him.
But you said they're gonna have each. Yeah, but that's like Invasion of the Champions, where they kept switching at each checkpoint. So one checkpoint is a puzzle. Hopefully you get a good person, but the next one is something different. And so that's what it looked like they're gonna end up doing, keep switching.
You think they're gonna wait there after they complete their first checkpoint until the next person comes?
Do I think they're gonna wait? Yeah. That's what I think. And I only think this is because when they showed the preview, it looked like people were with people that weren't together later on in the episode. You know what I mean?
I still think it's gonna be 6 teams of 2 or 6 pairs. They're gonna go through 6 probably checkpoints or whatnot, and each checkpoint somebody gets knocked off or whatever the case may be until it's like the final 4 maybe, and then that's when it becomes an individual game.
Yeah, I mean that could happen. I still think at some point they're gonna like mix up the partners, but I also think, like you said, they could do like the purge and then do the mix up. I think it's gonna happen somewhere in there. But also Yusella's getting eliminated because she's hurt and she ain't gonna be able to run this. So I do believe that's gonna happen.
Big Easy, Alton, Rue.
You gonna say Ruthie? I think Ruthie got this. And Big Easy, I mean, I think he could do it. And Alton, I don't know, because I don't know why Alton gassed out.
Really could have carried.
I don't know. I ain't gonna put that on my boy. So that is the end of our review for the Challenge All-Stars season 1, episode 7. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment below and let us know who you think will win the final on the next episode. They'll probably break it up into 2 parts so we can discuss it on the second part, on the first part. But let us know in the comments who you think will win the final. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you later.
Peace.